Forget everything you think you know about Odin, Thor, and Loki. These are not the clean-cut heroes from Hollywood. The real Norse gods were cruel, cunning, and terrifying. Odin, the wise Allfather, he wasn't just a ruler. He was a god of war and death, sacrificing his own eye for wisdom and hanging himself from the world tree to gain forbidden knowledge. Thor, the noble warrior, he was a brutal giant killer who once had to dress as a bride to retrieve his stolen hammer. And Loki, he was more than just a trickster. He was a father of monsters, a deceiver, a bringer of chaos, and the very reason the gods would fall. But here's the most terrifying part. The Norse gods knew exactly how and when they would die. Their fate was already written. No matter what they did, their doom was coming. They had one final battle to fight, Ragnarok, the end of everything. This is not a legend of heroes. This is a story of gods facing their own destruction. And in the end, not even the mighty Odin could escape his fate. This is the real story of the Norse gods. Before the world was created, there was nothing but a vast, empty void, Ginnungagap. To the north lay the realm of ice, to the south, the land of fire. When the two collided, a monstrous being was born, Ymir, the first giant. From his flesh, the world was carved, and from his blood, the seas were formed. But who did this? Odin, along with his two brothers, Vili and Ve, looked upon Ymir and saw a creature too dangerous to live. So they killed him, drowning the world in blood, and shaped the land from his corpse. From the beginning, Odin was not a benevolent god. He was a warlord, a seeker of knowledge who would do anything to gain power. He plucked out his own eye in exchange for wisdom. But even that wasn't enough. He hanged himself from the world tree Yggdrasil for 9 days and nights, pierced by his own spear, just to glimpse the runes, the secrets of magic and fate. But Odin knew his power was borrowed. Fate had already written the end of the gods. Ragnarok, the final battle, was coming. And the one who would bring it? Loki was not an Asgardian. He was a giant, a shapeshifter, a deceiver. He walked among the gods, laughing, tricking, always one step ahead. At first, he was an ally. He helped the gods, even saved them. But his tricks grew darker. He gave birth to monstrous children. Fenrir, the giant wolf destined to kill Odin. Jormungandr, the serpent who would poison Thor. And Hel, the ruler of the dead. The gods should have killed Loki long ago, but they let him stay. And that was their greatest mistake, because one day, Loki would turn against them all. The gods had seen the signs. The great wolf Fenrir had broken free, his howl shaking the heavens. The Midgard serpent rose from the ocean, its massive body wrapping around the world. The sky split open with fire, and the earth trembled beneath the weight of marching giants. And then Loki returned. With him came an army of the dead, their hollow eyes burning with hatred. Frost giants from Jotunheim and fire giants from Muspelheim marched beside them, led by Surtur, the monstrous demon of flame. Then the horn of Gjallarhorn sounded. The final battle had begun. Odin, the Allfather, rode forth with his warriors. His ravens circled above as he charged straight into battle, spear in hand. His target, Fenrir, the monstrous wolf who had been prophesied to kill him. The battle was furious. Odin struck with Gungnir, piercing Fenrir's hide. But it was not enough. The wolf's jaws clamped down, swallowing Odin whole. The king of the gods, the wise Allfather, was gone. The gods fought on. Thor, the mightiest of them all, faced his greatest enemy, Jormungandr, the world serpent. Lightning crashed, the sky burned. Thor swung Mjolnir with unstoppable force, each blow shaking the earth. The great serpent lashed out, its fangs dripping with venom. It coiled around Thor, crushing him with its massive body. With a final roar, Thor struck Jormungandr's skull, shattering it. The serpent let out one last agonizing scream and fell lifeless into the ocean. But the battle had already sealed Thor's fate. Poison coursed through his veins. The god of thunder staggered, took 9 steps, and collapsed. Thor was dead. And Loki? Loki faced Heimdall, the ever-watchful guardian of the gods. The two warriors clashed, neither giving ground. Blades flashed, blood spilled. Their final strikes landed at the same moment. Both fell. Loki was dead. Heimdall was dead. The battlefield was silent. And then, the final destruction came. Surtur, the fire demon, raised his flaming sword, and the world burned. The seas rose and swallowed the land. Mountains crumbled into dust. The mighty halls of Asgard collapsed. The gods were no more. But not all was lost, because from the ashes, a new world would rise. The real Norse myths are far darker, stranger, and more brutal than anything you've seen in pop culture. Odin was a god who sacrificed himself for knowledge, yet he could not escape his fate. Thor was a warrior who defeated his greatest enemy, but he could not survive the battle. And Loki was a trickster who played both sides until the end came for him too. The gods were powerful, but even they were not immortal. Fate had already decided their doom. But what if I told you that some believe Ragnarok hasn't happened yet? That one day the world will burn, the gods will return, and their final battle will begin. Again? What do you think? Are the Norse gods truly gone, or are they waiting for their time to rise again? Let us know in the comments. And if you love dark epic myths, subscribe, and hit that bell, because there are more untold stories waiting to be revealed.